And welcome back to Market Pros. And here we have Bitcoin on the 1 hour. We're going to stay on the shorter term time frames today because obviously we're going sideways, but there's a lot to look at. There's a lot to look at here and get ready for the next big move, which I do think happens today, maybe tomorrow. All right. So it's good to stay ready right now because it is about to happen pretty soon. Okay. So you are obviously going sideways right here with the bottom of your range being about 20,550. Top of your range being about 21,100. All right. So obviously I have an alerts set at each range, high and low. So you can kind of guess what I'd be doing at that point. Once again, 18K is the line in the sand, but now we're going to be moving that up to 19,400. 19,400 is the line in the sand right now. So let's go ahead and do that. RSI, neutral median zone right now. Trying to get back above that signal line. If we can break this last high on the RSI, I do expect us to go into the bullish control zone. But I mean, the RSI is pretty neutral right now. Your momentum, pretty neutral. MACD, pretty much stability, close to the zero line. We could get a little farther down. Possibly go up for a second, cross that signal line, get some sort of a fake out, and then come back down, which I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen. BBWP is heading down, but obviously that's going to happen as we're going sideways. So whenever this thing does turn back around, I'm going to guess it's going to cross its moving average, maybe even get into the lower zone. But whenever it turns back around and gets back above that moving average, that's when you're going to break one end of the range. All right, because by the time you get up or down to there, that BBWP will turn around. Let's go to the 15-minute. Here on the 15-minute, your moving averages have all converged. You are sitting on top of them. Your POC being what we bounced off of during that last little down move. Bounced right off your POC point of control in the VPVR. RSI, neutral. Bouncing off that bearish control zone. MACD, neutral. So like I said, your momentum is neutral right now. You're waiting for clarity. All right. But I am going to tell you what I think is going to happen. And then your BBWP is also nosediving. All right, so let's go to the order blocks real quick. This is on the daily. All right, we did get rejected from directly on this double supply block right here. And your stochastic is overextended in that overbought region. I do expect a pullback, possibly down to, we're actually going to move that line in the sand to 19,300. Yeah, 19,300 is the level, because at that point, you would be breaking this order block. We want to bounce off of that. All right, so obviously, I mean, 18,500 would be the next bounce area, and then after that 16,800. But honestly, I think if you close a daily below 19,300, 13,000 is next, because this would be one massive bull trap. All right, and that would be my opinion on that. Now, let's go back to the shorter term time frame. What I think is going to happen, I think we may get a nice little push up, possibly to 21,250. Have some sort of a false breakout. There's three scenarios here. Obviously, have a false breakout and then get our correction down to, possibly 19,800. Something like that, possibly even 19,550, because we do have a gap on CME. CME closed at 19,550. All right, so usually these gaps get filled. I mean, we're all the way up 20,865. So 550 would lead us down here close to that 19,400. So it is going to get sketchy if and when we do get down there. That's a big if. Now, like I said, could have a deviation, grab some liquidity up here above this range, and then crack down, going through the bottom of the range, or you break out, come out to about 21,350, come back down for a retest, and then a resumption up, breaking the last high. That would be your breakout scenario. Third scenario is that you just break down from here and come down and fill that gap. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now. Three scenarios. We are still going sideways, but I do think that this is almost over. I do think the sideways price action is almost over. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, very similar here. You're above your moving averages. Neutral momentum. BBWP's falling. There's really not much to go over here. You're being held down by the POC right now. But if you can break out of the 1565 level, next stop after that is this purple line at 1700. Next stop is that purple line, 1700. We got all this mapped out. So we're going to stay ahead of the curve during the whole way with Ethereum. All right. Now, so that's your 4 hour. Let's see if anything is different in the 4 hour. I mean, you are in the bearish control or the bullish control zone. MACD is trying to get that fresh cross to the downside, though. I mean, you really haven't had much of a pullback here, and you are pretty extended. BBWP is nosediving right now as the price action just going sideways. So basically, you're waiting for a breakage of one way or the other. Bitcoin's going to move this market right now. Let's move on to Solana. Solana, same story. Neutral momentum. BBWP's touching the floor, though, with this. All right, so we need to get back above that 10 percentile in order for this move to start. Solana had quite the move up. Solana had quite the parabolic move up. Then we just kind of formed out of range. Possibly some sort of reaccumulation here. Could come down to the POC point of control and the 200 at 2230. Would not surprise me. Possibly even a little lower. Yeah, that would kind of coincide with Bitcoin falling and filling that gap. All right, breakage to the upside would be 2476. If that happens, next stop is, we got to zoom out. Next stop would be, 2550. 2550 would be the next stop, and then after that, $31. $31 would be the next stop for Solana. All right, so that's about it. I mean, short update today. Like I said, not much is going on. We're going sideways, but get ready for the big move, because once that happens, like I said, if we break down below that line in the sand, 13K, big bull trap. This whole thing was a bull trap, if so. All right, if we break up, we forgot to go over upside targets. So if we break 21,250 on a 1 hour closure, next stop, got to zoom out. Next stop would be 22,800, 22,800 to the upside, and then we'll come back to it, see what we have next. All right, so if you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, one being the Discord. A lot of good conversation about crypto trading, investing, markets as a whole. Check out the other links in the description. Those are the shill links for exchanges. You get free shit, I get free shit. Yeah, I wish everyone well. I will see you tomorrow.